The Indy 500, held at the iconic Indianapolis Motor Speedway, is one of the world's most prestigious races and almost every driver's dream. But McLaren shocked the world last week when it announced that its star driver Fernando Alonso would compete in this year's 101st running of the event, the first active F1 driver to do so since Nigel Mansell in 1994. Alonso will race with McLaren, the first time the team has fielded an Indy 500 entry in 38 years, with a Honda Dallara package prepared by Andretti Autosport, which has won 2 of the last 3 events. 2016's winner, then IndyCar rookie and former F1 driver Alexander Rossi, who last raced in the sport with Mana Marussia in 2015. But with the Indy 500 held on the same day as the Monaco Grand Prix, it will mean Alonso's seat will be vacant, with Jenson Button standing in, the 2009 world champion contractually obliged to race. The Indy chance is seen as a potential deal sweetener for Alonso, whose contract is up at the end of this season, with the Spaniard keen to secure motorsport's unofficial Triple Crown. Only Graham Hill has won the Indy 500, Le Mans and Monaco Grand Prix, but 6 others have won 2 of 3 legs, with Colombian Juan Pablo Montoya the most recent with Indy and Monaco. Alonso has no IndyCar or superspeedway experience, but will practice at Indy from May 15, with 5 days of running before qualifying. I've watched a lot of IndyCar action on TV and online, and it's clear that great precision is required to race in close proximity with other cars on the far side of 220 miles per hour, he said. The Turkish capital of Istanbul is one of the world's great cities, straddling the Bosphorus as the crossing point between Europe and Asia. And F1 could be returning as early as next year to the city and track that hosted Grands Prix from 2005 to 2011. With a deal agreed in principle between F1 President Chase Carey and Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. All I can say at this point is that the meetings went really well and we agreed in principle, although the contract hasn't been signed yet, said Istanbul Park track operator Vural Ak. The Istanbul track remains one of F1's great modern circuits, with its fast and flowing nature and unique high-speed 4 apex turn 8. Brazilian Felipe Massa is the most successful driver at Istanbul Park, with 3 straight wins from 2006 to 2008, all for Ferrari. London could also potentially be a future Grand Prix host, following new rules in England that pave the way for motorsports events to be held on closed public roads. The idea of bringing F1 to London has been talked about for many years, with a demonstration run taking place through the city in 2004. More recently, in 2011, former F1 Supremo Bernie Ecclestone backed the idea, while in 2012, a virtual track was created to build interest with then McLaren driver Lewis Hamilton in favor.
And we're racing in London!
I think it could be just incredible, and you know, the Monaco Grand Prix is good fun, street circuit's always good fun.
But a Grand Prix may be a long way off, with London's Mayor Sadiq Khan demanding the sport live up to its green credentials. In considering whether to support a Grand Prix in London, the Mayor would need to see what the impacts are on air pollution, said Transport Minister Andrew Jones. A London Grand Prix would need to coexist with British GP host Silverstone, which has struggled financially over the years, despite being the home of British motorsport. Toro Rosso's Daniil Kvyat is hoping his improved performance will enable him to stay with the Faenza-based team beyond this year, though has not ruled out moving to another squad. Kvyat was 9th in Australia, but retired in China with hydraulic problems. Bahrain was more positive, finishing just outside the points in 12th, despite starting 11th on the grid. The Russian, though, is keeping it simple to focus on what matters.
I'm going to get out there and do the driving where I know how to do it, and I think nothing else is necessary.
Contracts are generally negotiated from the British GP onwards.